Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now, guys. Today we have some absolutely electrifying news that could be a game changer for the Green Bay Packers. We're talking about a blockbuster trade that's shaking up the NFC North and possibly redefining the Packers' entire strategy moving forward. And believe me, this isn't just a rumor or some minor upgrade. This is a move that could elevate the Packers from being a decent team to real contenders in the NFC, maybe even a Super Bowl favorite. You've probably heard the rumors already, but I want to break down everything, from what it means for Jordan Love, the offense, and the division as a whole. Because this move involves none other than Chris Olave, the standout wide receiver from the New Orleans Saints, heading to Green Bay, along with Romeo Doubs, giving the Packers a serious boost that fans have been waiting for. So let's set the scene. The Saints, currently sitting at 1-4, are clearly in a rebuild mode after their struggles with Derek Carr. Their offense has been inconsistent, and they're leaking points, allowing around 28 points per game, which is just not sustainable if they want any shot at contending later on. Olave, drafted in 2022 from Ohio State, has been a bright spot in their offense. He's a player who's shown flashes of elite explosiveness, a true deep threat, and a guy who can stretch defenses like few others. Last season, in 2023, Olave made a significant impact, earning his first Pro Bowl nod and finishing with over 142 receiving yards, placing him in the top 15 among wide receivers. He also scored 5 touchdowns and averaged nearly 14 yards per reception, all while maintaining a high efficiency rating, with a PFF score of 86.4, which ranks him among the top 10 at his position. His ability to gain yards after the catch, YAC, is also impressive, around 5.7 yards per reception, placing him in the top 12 for YAC among receivers. His 2025 season was hampered somewhat by injuries, specifically a shoulder injury that caused him to miss a game, but he still remains a dynamic player with the potential to be a game changer in any offense he joins. The big question now, of course, is why would the Saints trade away such a talented receiver? Well, it's partly about their rebuild. They're trying to clear cap space, about $12 million, and they're looking to add draft picks to build for the future. The Saints are not in a great spot right now, sitting at 1-4 and with playoff odds looking slim, especially in the NFC South, where their odds are over 10-0 to make the postseason. They've struggled with their offensive line, allowing 30 sacks so far this season, and that has limited what their offense can do. By trading Olave, they're not only clearing cap space, but also giving themselves a chance to focus on developing their younger players and future draft assets. But here's the catch, there's a risk. Moving Olave might decrease their offensive EPA per pass by around 15%, similar to what we saw with the Dolphins after they lost Hill, which hurt their deep passing game and overall offensive explosiveness. The Saints are betting on their rebuild, but they're sacrificing some immediate offensive firepower. Now let's turn to the Packers, who are sitting at 2-1 and have been somewhat inconsistent on offense. Their passing game has struggled to find that rhythm, and the addition of Olave could be exactly what they need to take a big step forward. Jordan Love has shown flashes of brilliance, but consistency has been an issue. With Olave, he gets a true elite receiver who can stretch the field, open up the underneath routes, and create those big plays that can swing momentum in a game. According to projections, Olave could boost the Packers' passing yards per game from around 220 to nearly 270 yards, and his presence on the field could increase their EPA per pass by about 18%. That's a huge boost for an offense that's been searching for its identity. To give you some context, this isn't just about adding a receiver, it's about transforming the entire passing attack, making it more explosive and unpredictable. Olave's ability to run deep routes and make contested catches complements Christian Watson perfectly, who's already shown flashes early in the season, with 285 yards in limited action. The combination of Olave and Watson, along with the emerging Romeo Doubs, who recently returned from injury, could elevate Green Bay's aerial attack to new heights. Imagine the impact of Olave's deep routes combined with Watson's speed and Doubs' versatility. It's like adding a lightning bolt to an already promising offense. And speaking of Doubs, his return from injury is a big deal. Out since last season with a significant injury, Doubs is finally back and ready to make an impact. His presence stretches the field, and with Olave now in the lineup, defenses will have to respect the entire deep zone, opening up more opportunities for Jordan Love to find his targets. The Packers' offense, which has been somewhat inconsistent this season, could see a renaissance with this new weapon. The projection is that Olave will accumulate around 100 receiving yards and roughly 8 touchdowns, which would significantly elevate the team's passing game. This move also has a ripple effect on the offensive line and the overall scheme. With Olave's ability to stretch defenses, the Packers can adopt a more aggressive passing approach, which might help reduce sacks and protect Jordan Love better. It's a strategic shift that could make the Packers a top 10 passing team, jumping from their current position around 20th. That's a game changer, especially considering the division competition and the NFC landscape. Now I want to pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUB algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Because folks, what we're really seeing here is a strategic pivot by the Packers. They're positioning themselves as contenders, not just a rebuild team anymore. With Olave in the fold, they're not only improving their offense, but they're also boosting their chances to compete in the playoffs and make a deep run. The odds of winning the Super Bowl have already moved from plus 3,000 to plus 1,500, which shows how much confidence the betting markets are starting to place on Green Bay. And if Olave can replicate or even surpass his 2023 performance, the Packers could be looking at a top 10 passing offense, supporting a defense that's been surprisingly solid, allowing just 20 points per game. This is a recipe for a team that can really challenge the NFC powers like Philadelphia, San Francisco, and even Dallas. Let's not forget about the division either. The NFC North has been quite competitive, but with this move, the Packers are signaling that they're not just here to participate, they want to dominate. The Vikings have been up and down, the Lions are talented but inconsistent, and the Bears are still developing. But Green Bay, with this addition, could leapfrog many teams and establish themselves as the team to beat in the NFC North for years to come. Olave's deep roots could be a nightmare for zone defenses, especially in the snow and cold conditions that are coming as winter approaches. His ability to generate a 25% higher win probability against zone schemes like those often employed by the Bears or Lions could be the tipping point in many close games. Finally, let's talk about the bigger picture. This trade isn't just about this season. It's about the future of the Packers and their quest for another Super Bowl. Jordan Love finally has a legitimate number one receiver, and that could unlock his full potential. The franchise's long-term quarterback, who's still young and developing, now has a weapon that can elevate his game to the next level. It's reminiscent of some of the best quarterback-receiver duos in NFL history, and it's exciting to think about what this could mean down the line. Olave's speed, route running, and ability to make contested catches will make the Packers' offense more dynamic, more explosive, and much harder to defend. And let's be honest, having a player like Olave in Green Bay in that historic Lambeau Field atmosphere is just a perfect fit. His electrifying style of play, combined with the Packers' passionate fan base and their tradition of clutch performances, could truly create a new era of success. So to sum it all up, this trade marks a turning point for the Green Bay Packers. They're not just looking to compete, they're aiming to dominate. Olave is more than just a receiver. He's a potential X-factor in the playoffs, capable of changing the outcome of games with a single deep route or a contested catch in the snow. The division rivalries are heating up, and the NFC is getting more competitive by the day, but Green Bay is positioning itself as a team that's ready to take that next step. The odds are shifting, the roster is evolving, and the fans are buzzing with excitement. This is what NFL fans live for: big moves, big players, and a team that's all in on making history once again. Stay tuned, because this story is just beginning, and I promise we'll be here to break down every single development with you. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news.